Hey everyone, welcome back to Drive Next. Today we've got something special, the 2026 Suzuki RMX, a bike that blurs the line between trail, enduro, and motocross. In this review we'll take you up close from exterior styling to interior feel, or cockpit, ride performance, and what it might cost you. Let's roll. I step into frame, walk around the bike as the camera pans in, and I say, this is the 2026 RMX. On first impression, Suzuki has given it an aggressive, purposeful stance. The bodywork is sharp, with razor-edged radiator shrouds blending into the side panels. The front fender is low and protrudes forward aggressively, giving that beak styling we see in Suzuki's motocross line. You'll notice the graphics are bold but clean, contrasting color blocks, minimal clutter, and a modern matte finish complementing gloss highlights. Up front, the headlight, if the enduro version has one, is compact, integrated into the shroud, with a slim LED element. Below it, a front mudguard flows down, and the fork legs are exposed, showing off the golden or anodized tubes. The radiator shrouds are sculpted to channel air, with intake vents that are functional and sculptural. The front fender's shape echoes the aggressive styling, flaring out slightly and giving a purposeful posture. From the side, the RMX looks lean. The exposed frame beams, like the aluminum twin spar or perimeter style, create a skeletal, purposeful look. The tank is narrow, letting you get your knees in tight. The seat is long and flat, a nose-to-tail designed to allow rider movement. The exhaust pipe snakes out toward the rear, the muffler tucked away but with enough presence to hint at performance. The swing arm is exposed, showing off the linkage or shock mount details. The rear fender is truncated, upward angled, giving a purposeful tail. Side panels carry the graphics and help hide wiring or plastic edges cleanly. From the back, the tail is sharp. The rear fender is minimal, perhaps with a small LED tail, stoplight integrated. For trail legality, the muffler tip peeks out on the right side, angled slightly upward. The seat narrows at the tail, and the subframe, if visible, is slim. The rear shocks and linkage are clearly visible, and the chain, sprocket, and rear wheel details shine. The rear tire is wide and aggressive in tread, reinforcing its off-road intent. Now, let's move to the cockpit at the interior of a bike. Your hands rest on a straight handlebar, possibly tapered aluminum. The grips are grippy and ergonomic, with a slight taper. The clutch lever and brake lever are adjustable. The master cylinder and reservoir are compact and functional. The switch gear is minimal, atypical of off-road bikes, but each lever or switch feels firm and precise. The instrument cluster may be simple, a digital readout, speed, odometer, trip, gear indicator, maybe a clock or fuel gauge. Because this is an RMX type, the electronics may include a map selector or ride mode switch. The throttle is a twist grip with a precise feel, and the front brake lever gives a good, solid response. The seat foam is relatively firm yet comfortable for aggressive movement. The cross-section is slim so your legs can grip the bike. The foot pegs are wide, serrated, offering traction when standing. The shifter has a crisp click feel. The rear brake pedal is solid. Overall, the cockpit is sparse, functional, and built for focus rather than creature comforts. Under the skin, the 2026 RMX is powered by a high-performance single-cylinder, 4-stroke engine. Let's assume something in the ballpark of 450cc. Like Suzuki's RMX 450Z lineage, the engine is liquid-cooled, with 4 valves. Suzuki likely tunes it for a mix of mid-range torque and usable top-end. Not a screaming race motor, but one that feels alive. Fuel injection is electronic and precise, giving smooth throttle response even in tricky terrain. Suzuki might offer a smartphone tuning app, like MX Tuner, or a fuel map switch to let you adapt the motor to conditions. Transmission is probably a 5-speed or even a modern 6-speed. With a multi-plate wet clutch. Shifting is crisp, and clutch feel is light and predictably important when riding technical terrain. Power delivery is smooth, yet when you roll on, you feel a firm surge. The mid-range is strong, helping you out of corners or from low revs. The top end keeps pulling, though there's a taper to remind you it's not a pure motocross machine. Chassis and suspension are crucial. I'd expect aluminum frame, optimized for rigidity and lightweight, with suspension from a high-quality vendor, perhaps Showa, Kib, or similar. The front fork is inverted, fully adjustable, compression, rebound, maybe spring preload. The rear shock is link type, again fully adjustable. Suspension travel is generous, enough to soak big hits while still giving feel. The wheelbase is short enough for nimble handling, while the geometry is balanced to offer stability at speed. Ground clearance is decent for off-road. They allow for rocks, roots, and ruts. Brakes, up front, a single disc, or perhaps wave rotor, with a dual or single piston caliper. Rear also a disc. Braking feel is strong, progressive, and confidence-inspiring. Tires are off-road specific, probably knobby, with front larger diameter, 21, and rear smaller, 18 or 19. depending whether it leans more toward enduro or motocross. In handling, the RMX feels light and eager. You lean it in, flick it through turns, and it responds. In tighter trails, it feels nimble in faster terrain. It holds the line well. The suspension soaks hits, letting you push harder without losing control. Throttle response is predictable, so when traction is marginal you can modulate without sudden jerks. Corner exit torque is strong, giving a confident pull out of bends. In jumps or rough sections, the bike is forgiving, yet still communicates what's happening beneath you. Noise, vibration, and comfort. Vibration is present, as expected in single-cylinder engines, but it's mostly tame and usable revs. At higher revs you'll feel a buzz, but nothing uncomfortable for short bursts. The exhaust note is sporty, a gravelly growl combined with off-road bark. Comfort is minimal. Seats are firm. There's no wind protection, but that's expected. You stand off and you move around. Fuel economy. Off-road bikes don't have huge tanks, so fuel range is limited. If the RMX has somewhere around 6 to 10 liters of capacity, you can expect a reasonable trail day range, depending on how hard you ride. Fuel efficiency will depend heavily on throttle usage and terrain. Now, price. Suzuki might position this between mainstream off-road models and premium enduro bikes. In the US market, a bike like this might start around $9,000 to $11,000 depending on spec, accessories, and destination fees. In Europe, once taxes are included, it could go higher. Add optional accessories: a skid plate, handguards, upgraded suspension parts, better tires, and price climbs further. Suzuki may also offer dealer or launch incentives, but expect a decent premium for the 2026 version's new tech and styling. Let me offer you a usage scenario. If you ride trails, do occasional racing, or just want a bike that bridges motocross and trail work, the RMX is appealing. It's more race-oriented than a pure trail bike but more versatile than a pure MX machine. You sacrifice some comfort, no windscreen, limited comfort features, but gain performance, handling, and responsiveness. But there are trade-offs. For daily commuting or street use, the RMX isn't ideal. It likely lacks lighting, turn signals, or registration legality, depending on region. Long rides on paved roads will get tiring. The suspension is tuned for off-road, so street manners might be choppy. Maintenance demands may be higher. Chain care, filter cleaning, and checking fasteners will be part of your routine. So here's my verdict. The 2026 Suzuki RMX is a compelling machine for riders who want aggressive off-road performance with enough versatility for trail exploration. Styling is sharp and modern. The cockpit is built for control. The engine delivers usable power without being harsh. The chassis and suspension offer confidence and agility. And while it's not cheap, you're paying for a focused, high-spec machine. For that niche rider who wants more than a trail bike but doesn't want a full-on motocross rig, this is a strong choice. If I were you, I'd tweak the seat comfort slightly for longer trail days. Check how easy maintenance is, air filter access, toolkit access, and confirm parts availability in your market. That wraps up our in-depth look at the 2026 Suzuki RMX. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and ring the bell so you don't miss future reviews. Drop a comment below what spec, accessory, or region variant you'd like us to cover. Drive next out. See you on the trails.